Welcome to Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, prescribed by Dr. Harrison. So yesterday was Memorial Day, and we had the whole family over for a barbecue. We hung out, we watched the Warriors and the Rockets game. It was just a really good time with just family. Something real small, real nice, real relaxing. But as we were going to the grocery store before everyone got here to kind of pick up a few last minute things, we were leaving the grocery store and my wife had my two younger kids with her and I was pushing the cart with my older kid. And I just told him, "Oh, Boogies, you know what?" And he's like, "What, Dad?" I was like, "I love you a lot, man." And he's like, he just kind of had this stunned look. He goes, "Huh?" And I was like, he's like, "I love you too." And I was like, "Yeah, I love you a lot, man." He's like, "Okay." And I was like, "What's wrong? I tell you I love you all the time." He's like, "Yeah, I just, it was kind of random." And I was like, do I have to have a reason to tell you I love you? And he's like, "No, it was random." And I thought to myself, like, wow, I say I love you to them all the time. And I give them hugs all the time. And then I thought a little bit harder and realized, well, for the older one, he gets it less than the middle one. And the middle one gets it less than the baby. And it brought back to mind an old saying or old question that I think is very interesting, very unique. And I'd love to hear if anyone actually has this memory. But at some point in your life, your parent picked you up as a child, put you back down to never pick you up again. Let me say that one more time. At some point in your childhood, your parent picked you up, put you back down to never pick you up again. It's the last time they ever held you in their arms. And that's just a fact of life. The kids get older, they get bigger, they weigh too much. They're not really babies anymore. There's no reason to pick them up. They can walk on their own too. But that made me think about the comment my son made about telling him I love him being so random for him. As they get older, we start to wean off the amount of affection. When they're first born, they're toddlers, they're infants. Everyone's surrounding them. "Oh, you're so cute," and touching them and kissing them, almost to the point as a parent where you're like, "Back up, man, like don't touch my baby." Then they become toddlers and they're just cute to everyone. They're learning how to walk and talk and they're doing all these cute, loving things and smiling and a baby's laugh. And there's so much affection and love. And then they get a little older and then they start pre-K and kindergarten and you're so excited about everything they do and everything they make. And you're constantly loving them and hugging them and telling them how much you love them and so much affection and kisses and hugs and snuggling and all that type of stuff. Especially with a boy, as they start to get older, that starts to fade a little bit. I mean, it's not anything that is necessarily something that we do on purpose. I mean, think about you with your spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend. When you first met, you were, wooing all over them and telling them how gorgeous and beautiful they were. And for most people, as the relationship goes on, that stuff starts to die down, right? The ones who do really well are the ones who keep the spice in their life and keep sharing how much they love them and affection and compliments and, bringing them flowers, whatever it is that they like. The more that you do that, the better and healthier the relationship is. Well, it's the same thing with your kids. Don't stop telling them you love them. Don't stop giving them hugs and kisses. I know, especially with boys, as they get older, they get a little embarrassed in front of friends and be like, "Mom, don't do that. We're at school. Dad, come on, we're at the game," or something. It's all right. Keep doing it. Because as much as they feel embarrassed or they don't want it to be seen in front of their friends or whatever the case may be, deep down, they really appreciate it. Because they're getting love and affection. And who doesn't want that in this world? What human being doesn't want love and affection? Even the hardest exterior and coldest heart always wants love and affection. So just be aware, especially if you have multiple kids, that the affection starts to dwindle as they get older. And the more affection is usually shown to the youngest. Try to make sure to give that random love, that random "I love you," that random gift, that random hug and kiss and tell them you're proud for no reason whatsoever, regardless of their age. I just was out at the barbecue yesterday with my dad and we were out having a cigarette by the truck and we were just talking and he was just like, "Man, I'm so proud of what you're doing with you and the boys and with Doc's Daily Dose. Now, there was a reason for that because there was some stuff behind it with respect to parenting and what I'm doing here. But where it came from was out of left field. It was totally random. But every time I see my dad, I give him a hug. Every time he leaves, I tell him I love him. And he shares random, I'm proud of you and I love you moments. Even though I'm an adult with my own children, I'm still his son. So don't forget to keep giving them love, no matter how old they get. Recognize and be aware if that gap has become too long because they've gotten a little older. Switch that up. Give them just as much affection as the youngest and just as much affection as when they were babies. That way, they know they're loved always, and there'll never be a question in their mind whether or not mommy and daddy loves them. That's Doc's Daily Dose for Dads. Don't forget to hashtag Doc's Daily Dose for Dads, hashtag 4D. Hit the subscribe button, the little square here with the Renaissance Man. All social media at rebirthbx, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music. Check out the website, rebirthbx.com. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.